panel and a huge topic to unpack. Really, for all of us, I think, who've ever had to manage people or a system of any kind and put incentives in place, this gives us, incentives often don't work out the way we plan. And so this gives us a way of starting to think about why that might be. So maybe as we sort of wait for people to line up for questions, I'll throw out the first one. So what we've got is one specific example with an empirical study, a very, very high-yield example. I'm a physician myself, and I don't think there's a type of physician out there that doesn't have to deal with, in some way, or at least wanting their patients to lose weight. Obviously, a really hard thing to do. And we see motivational crowd out in so many other settings. Sort of curious that we didn't see it in this specific setting. Then also, on the other hand, we have this great framework for starting to think about why we see motivational crowd out in the first place and how we might think about regulation in that context. So I was hoping both of you might kind of respond to why we think in the case of the very specific case of where we have really highly motivated, intrinsically highly motivated people at baseline, why we don't see this crowd out effect.
Yeah, so that's a great question. And I think you sort of highlighted what was going to be part of my answer, which is that I think in a lot of cases where crowding out has been documented before, we probably would expect that those people would not have had as high intrinsic motivation at baseline as our participants had. So a lot of the evidence from crowding out so far, which I think Kristen can speak to even better, shows that it has been developed in the psychology literature or having to do with sort of pro-social motivations. And those are both just very different contexts than personal health, where